Youorns. Greetings, fellow Watford fans. Omar here, and it's time for the Orns Friday focus on Coventry versus Watford at the CVS Arena on Saturday, September 2nd, kickoff 3 p.m. Watford looking to bounce back from these last two games. They've lost two in a row now in the championship. Coventry, a team who are going to provide a very sturdy test for the visiting Hornets tomorrow. Coventry City lost just once this season so far in their first four championship games, and they will be looking to build upon what has been so far a decent start for the Sky Blues, a team that do give Watford some trouble, particularly at the CVS Arena. Watford looked like they were going to wrap up 3 points against this team just last season, but Coventry came from behind with two quick goals to make sure that Watford did not get those 3 points. And what Watford will be looking to do tomorrow, I think, is get off, obviously, to a very good start, to play a much better first half than they have in the last two games, where their first half play has been very poor, very poor. Watford, of course, will have to get on the score sheet, but I think in this game, they'll have to get on the score sheet first against the Coventry side, who do make life difficult defensively. The way they're set up are guaranteed, I think, to try to stifle as many types of attack from Watford as possible. They will play three at the back, is what they often do, Coventry, and they'll play four across the middle of the park and will invite Watford to break them down. Coventry have been difficult to break down in these games. Their last match was a 0-0 draw against Sunderland. In fact, Coventry probably felt that they should have won that game, both teams with lots of chances. Coventry had at least 15 shots in that game. This game tomorrow could be very open, or it could be very much a cagey affair. Depending on which you think can happen is probably where it might end up being, in a game where both sides are going to be very hungry to get on the score sheet. Watford, of course, have not scored since the opening match against Queen's Park Rangers. Vakun Bayo, the last Watford player to score a championship goal. It's been more than seven halves of football since Watford last scored in the championship, just about that much. At this point, Watford will need to score early in this one to calm the nerves and also build their confidence, because confidence has been lacking, togetherness has been lacking, and initiative has been lacking. And what Watford need away from home particularly is a togetherness, which we did not see in that first away game of this season at Stoke a couple of weeks ago. I expect that it's going to be a little bit better in ways of togetherness and teamwork on the pitch. Watford are going to have to be patient in terms of that, but they definitely are going to be patient, and they'll have to be in front of the goal, because it's really that finishing touch that has let them down these last three games. Well, it's going to be a very important game for Watford. I think if Watford are to win this game against Coventry, they, again, absolutely must score first, and they must score, period. We know that. But Watford tomorrow, we'll see if by then they will have any additional players, are going to have to get off the board and off the ground and off and running very, very fast to have a chance against Coventry. I think Coventry are going to give Watford a lot of problems in this game, and Watford are going to have to be able to be aware of that. The mentality, of course, as always, is going to be a very important thing for the Hornets. If Coventry do score, and if Coventry happen to score first, the Watford reaction is going to be critical. It's going to be critical in this game. How Watford bounce back means everything, and I am hoping that Watford will bounce back, not just after a goal is scored against them, but bounce back after these last two performances, especially the first halves of which have been rather poor by Watford standards. If Watford do get another player or two in by the time this match begins tomorrow, it's probably going to be somewhere defensively. No more strikers coming in, obviously, at Watford. We've got one in Rajovic, and I expect that he'll find his feet a lot better away from home. In this will be his second appearance for Watford. I expect that he'll come off the bench again, or maybe Val might tinker with his lineup and make it two up top. That might be just the thing that helps shake things up and gets Watford players a little bit more relaxed. But Val has been very clear from the start about where he's playing, how he's playing, and how he wants his team to play. And we'll see how that shapes up. It will be a very interesting game at the CVS Arena, and I predict it'll end in a draw. But of course, I would be very happy if Watford can get 3 points. This has been the YouOrns Friday Focus.